you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it killing and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my feet.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it'll be a great one. Between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game.
Come on, fellas. Let's go now. Just 60 or. Push him back. Push him back. Get it.
Now a handoff looking right. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. From the gun, McDermott, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Let's take it inside his own 40. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Colts' 47-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Now it's Murray. They'll roll him out right. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Off play action. McDermott. Past the 20. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on a stage of this magnitude, the conference championship, so many early game jitters can happen, so that scores a big relief to a coach.
Yeah, no one wants to mention that in the locker room before the game. No one says, hey, don't fumble or don't do this because you don't want negative thoughts. That's why getting off to a good start is so huge for everyone. The first score in the conference title game, massive.
This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. To throw on 3rd down, Murray. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, foxtrot. Blue draw, corporate. Check back left. Here we go. Snap.
Operating from the gun, McDermott. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And it's fielded at the 34. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
That's what I do. Watch the safety creep.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Check it back.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go, D. Hey, Charlie.
2nd and 11. Now he'll let this one go. Deep left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Go on. Get it.
Now they try the right side here.
I got you, boy.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
The tackle made back at the 47-yard line.
Ready?
7-7, our score after 1.
7-7.
Ready to break. Recon, 132 fighter. Check. Lucky. Hey, orbit. Fire.
Off the play fake. McDermott. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
It's 3rd down and 13.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun. McDermott, he's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big play that time for Cleveland. 43 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. And he's taken down inside the 30. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Check 43.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Jonathan Jones there to make the stop.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. They're going for it. It's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. T.J. Green with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. On 3rd down, it's Pearson, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Play fake. Murray. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. The 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 89 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 15. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Chubb. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Murray. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Murray now on 1st down. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off near the 29. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw on that 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make, because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And again, it's Chubb. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Murray. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim.
The Colts take over 1st and 10. Let's go. At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more coming. You ready?
Check back around. On the ball. Hey, alert 3. He's checking. Rock it. Clear. 9.
They'll try the left side. It's Pearson, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to make it 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 23. It's a net of 40 there, punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And 7 at the 35-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Chubb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Chubb running right. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. A give running right is Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. Oh, now Murray has it stripped, and the Colts pick it up, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The Colts on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw is Brissett. He's going to launch this thing. It got his man complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A big play there. 73 yards. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Browns on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now from Murray. Throwing left side, it's complete. Second catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Now Chubb on first down, able to work his way forward for about 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They go with Chubb on second down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Let's go now. Go to base.
Tight left. We got 4.
What?
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop. But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And Graham's got it, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Boy, a tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And it all rides on this one play, a trip to the Super Bowl in the balance here on fourth down. That's to his running back, complete. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 28. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Pearson.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On third down, it's Pearson, and he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And his kick here is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Murray to throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to let, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. Now Murray. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And all that hard work has paid off. They're AFC champions, and on to the Super Bowl they go.
It's got to be an amazing feeling for them, doesn't it, Brandon? The idea that you've done it all that hard work, all that sweating, all that effort, all those times you're getting yelled at by your coach, and now you get to go to the Super Bowl. Put your hats on, guys, and say AFC champs.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.